Welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna try and show you what a little day in the life of owning equipment is. You're not always out making money somewheres. You have to pick a day, and hopefully everything's back at the shop, and you just gotta start washing. So I'll kick in here in a little bit, and tell you about kind of what I'm doing, and I'll let you watch for a second. The dump truck's pretty straightforward, guys. It's guys and gals. It is, you just spray the engine off. Don't spray into the air cleaner really, and just spray the engine off. Try to get all any oil leaks you may have had. This truck had an oil leak, and I had fixed it, and so I sprayed it off really good. And you want to get all the road grime and any of the mud or anything. Try to get any salt if you drive it in the wintertime. It looks a lot better when you power wash them, and you can look for cracks and anything kind of going on with your machinery while you're washing. And just a good thing, good practice to have is to clean your equipment. I'm using a steel pressure washer. This is about the first time I used it. It don't have heat, but it does really well, and I use a degreaser. I dilute it pretty good because I don't like using full strength. Um, Even though it's sucking it through that straw and putting it through the pressure washer wand, I still don't like to use it full strength just because it's sometimes hard on plastic and stuff. It'll fade it out. But you'll see me here. I'm raising the cab up on the skid steer. You got to be careful. You don't want to just hold it right to everything. There's a lot of electrical connectors and all that, but also it's got belly pans on it. So you remove those 4 pans, and you can spray, and it'll let stuff rinse on through. If you let leaves and dirt and stuff build up, it'll get hoses rubbing, and you get any leaks or ever have to repair it, you'll be glad you keep that clean. So uh, I like to shovel the tracks out. Probably need to get a track spade. I got one somewhere, but that's just what was laying. Um, I usually shovel the tracks out, look at everything. I try to keep all that mud away from that drive motor, because those drive motors are about $60,000 a side, and it's a hydraulic motor and final drive built all together. So if something goes down with that, it's pretty expensive. You can put seals and stuff in them, but they ain't a lot of service parts in there. You ain't get bearing kits and stuff, so it's usually a replace item. I'll look the tracks over usually when I'm doing this, make sure everything's all right and ain't no big cuts in the track or something missing. Um, I'll do this side, and then you'll see me disappear for a minute. That'll me be on the other side. The excavator, I pressure washed it, but I didn't get a lot of footage on it. It's pretty simple. You just open all the doors and kind of spray out the engine bay. It don't get too bad because this high track machine drags a lot of mud up and around, and a lot of air pulls through. The way the air is, it pulls through inside the cab and behind, right where the cab is, and it pulls it through the radiator across the engine through the radiator. So it's a blowing the air out the back, pulling the heat out of the engine bay. So it kind of pulls dust as you're traveling and tramming, pulls dust right underneath this cab and then around everything. So it's a good practice just to do this. I do it, basically I was doing a 250 PM. Sometimes I'll just wash the outside off, but every time I do a PM on it or an inspection every 50 hours or whatever, it it's nice to just go ahead and just clean them up. I like to take care of it. It's new, and what you have to pay for these machines, you better take care of them, because if you will, they'll take care of you usually. But the amount they charge for them nowadays, you just can't afford to just run them and not do nothing to them. So I try to do my services right on time and change anything. And I'm on those final drives. They say to change them the first 50 hours. You're supposed to change it if it's new. After the first 50 hours, then every 250 hours you do it with your other PMs, with your engine oil and stuff. But I'm changing them. They only hold a quart of oil, something like that, and I'm changing them pretty quick. Like I'm doing it every 150, 200 hours, just because it's just like a $10 quart of 80, 90. And you, like I said, you got something going on in that final drive, you got trouble. So that's what I do. I'll let you go and watch. It's just a quick little video with some footage of just what it takes when you're down and you ain't out on a job. And then you can see this was back in the early spring before the leaves come back out. I was doing my service and maintenance, and so you just when you work for yourself, you try to find time to take care of your equipment, and it's just a good practice. So Thanks guys for watching, and if you can, hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment below, and then let me know if you got any questions about what I think about this equipment, or I'll answer any questions about any kind of business or whatever. Any advice you got, drop it down below. Thank you.